Hello, hello. You guys caught me fixing myself. Welcome to the live stream. Make sure you guys can hear me. Audio check. Okay, I want to do a little video check as well. Good afternoon, man. Welcome. Thanks for joining me here on the channel.
At Blue Apron, we make
Do a little audio check here. For people that are watching the rebroadcast, I'm going to put a timestamp down below where you can start. Or we do a little test. Yes, I'm going. Boom. Good. What's up, man? Welcome. Did anybody watch the Dr. Phil episode that came out today? I haven't had a chance to watch it, and I can't play it on live stream. I don't think I can. But I grabbed last minute articles that talked a little bit about it. Some interesting things. We're going to read that towards the end. And so we're going to talk a little bit about the interviews, some of the new bits and pieces of information that came out. So today, when we do calls, if somebody could call in that actually watched it, that would be great to kind of summarize a little bit for us what happened. Towards the end, maybe I'll play. I'm not going to play the video. Maybe I'll play a little bit audio, but Dr. Phil, I don't want to mess with Dr. Phil, bro. But they came out with a thing today. Let me show you real quick, just kind of what it looks like. Where the family was there. Okay. Mom and stepdad, and then for father and stepmom, and then the attorney as well. The family attorney was there. Right there as well. It's kind of interesting. So if we can get a call, maybe we can find some snippets online as well to play some snippets. I saw some snippets out, but it's like 30 minutes long. So let's start at the beginning here. Welcome. A couple of quick things. First, this is from Josh Benson, and this was posted 12:36 p.m. And he said, while many are talking about the interview with Cassie Laundrie from yesterday, Justin Rogers TV stopped by her house today, and all is quiet, equally quiet at the Venice side of Carlton Reserve. We'll keep an eye on things in Northport as well. So no protesters, just like that person said. Oh, my daughter's good, thank you. Went to the follow-up, everything's great. Lowered the dose for albuterol and breathing, and everything's fine. So thank you. Gonna keep her out of school for a couple of days. This as well. This was Josh Benson on Twitter, and he said Justin Rogers TV stopped by the Mayakachi. I'm saying it right? No, it's not Mel. It's Mayakachahachi Environmental Park and noticed what appears to be the sheriff's office chopper circling. He says yesterday people were out and about enjoying the area, and the gate was open, which is kind of interesting because I thought all those places were closed. And it says here, somebody commented, Katie, so is the gate closed today? And Josh said, yes, on both Northport and Venice sides. So I guess it's closed. Maybe people were just going in, didn't realize. I don't know. Now this tweet and this message from the attorney is pretty interesting. Okay, there's two things going on. I mean, there's a lot of things going on kind of with the dates. But first, and we kind of knew about this. Like, we've been talking about this forever. And please hit like if you wouldn't mind. It helps the stream out tremendously. I'd appreciate it. Like, subscribe, turn on bell notifications. It says here, can you please send me the explainer about the flight Brian took? Thanks. And the attorney responds, Brian flew home to Tampa from Salt Lake City on August 17 and returned to Salt Lake City on August 23rd to rejoin Gabby. To my knowledge, Brian and Gabby paid for the flights as they were sharing expenses. Like, is he laying that out for this whole credit card thing? Which that is a whole nother thing as well. But Brian flew home to obtain some items and empty and close the storage unit to save money as they contemplated extending the road trip. So in the middle of this trip, Brian flies back to Florida just to go to the storage unit and move this stuff to save money. Kind of weird. The other thing, let me play you this audio. It's kind of weird. Somebody sent me this today. I don't know how they got this, bruh. I don't know where this came from, but apparently it's like the recent transactions. Let me play it.
Check recent activity. There's a total of 5 transactions. All of them have been posted to your account. Here they are. August 17th, a payment of $167.38. August 14th, $167.38 from Frontier Airlines. July 31st, a payment of $72.03. July 5th, $72.03 from Airbnb Payments. June 29th, a payment of $275.40.
Let me just play the beginning part again. So it starts from the more recent transaction. It goes back. I just want to
Check
hear.
recent activity. There's a total of 5 transactions. All of them have been posted to your account. Here they are. August 17th, a payment of $167.38.
So that lines up with the date here. Isn't that interesting, man? I got that email this morning and I was like, what the heck is this? And they're like, it's the recent transactions. So I listened to it and I pre-screened it before playing it here. I was like, maybe this is a troll. And yeah, it sounds like, I guess somebody, I don't know, the hackers out there, or maybe I haven't seen anybody post that anywhere. So it talks about the flight. I don't know, bro. Now, and it lines up with the August 17 date here. So Brian Laundrie flew home alone to Florida from Utah in the midst of his cross-country road trip with his fiancée, Gabby. Laundrie made the August 17 trip to obtain some items and empty and close a storage unit, attorney Stephen Bertolino said. Laundrie returned to Salt Lake City on August 23rd to rejoin Petito on the couple's trip, Bertolino said. So, to my knowledge, Brian and Gabby paid for the flights as they were sharing expenses. When asked where the storage unit was located, Bertolino told Insider that he had no idea. Now, another thing, I might call this Mustang Gate, because during one of the previous live streams, somebody called and they were asking about the timeline with the Mustang. I think I put Mustang timeline in the title. And so this is another bit of interesting information. This came out, Josh Benson posted this 3:56 p.m. And let me read to you what it says. It says, can you confirm what date Brian went missing? Was it the 13th or the 14th of September? The attorney responds, the Laundries were basing the date Brian left on their recollection of certain events. Upon further communication with the FBI and confirmation of the Mustang being at the Laundrie residence on Wednesday, September 15, we now believe the day Brian left to hike in the preserve was Monday, September 13. So a little bit of a change of a date. So, and Brian Enton's talking about it. I'm going to show you because he reposted the Mustang thing. Laundrie attorney Mr. Bertolino now says Brian left for the hike on Monday, September 13th, not Tuesday, September 14th, like parents originally said. Okay, so another change. Okay, the Laundries were basing the date Brian left on their recollection of certain events upon further communication with the FBI and confirmation of the Mustang being at the Laundrie residence on Wednesday, September 15th. We now believe everything. It's just what I read. We now believe the day Brian left to the hike in the preserve was on Monday, September 13th. So Brian Ented reposted this, which is a really good post because we spoke about this. And he says here, if you guys, some of you might remember, some of you might not. A lot of people are asking about the Mustang in Brian Laundrie's driveway. Police took something out of it Friday. We got into town Tuesday, and now the Mustang was not there. This video is from 7 p.m. Tuesday. So, if he really left on Monday, it's possible that there was no media out there at all. Because on Tuesday, this is what the place looked like. The vehicle was not there. This is what the driveway looked like. So on this day, he's already gone. You know, some people were asking, but like, how did Brian get out of here if there's all these people? Well, apparently there weren't all these people at the time. And especially if he left on Monday. And this is actually an extra day. Really, if you think about it, Brian had an extra day now. And this is a really good clip too, I think, because it just kind of gives you an idea of at that time what it looked like out there. You know, I don't think people were camping out there.
Sir, excuse me, sir, sir.
So you guys that have been here, you might remember we spoke about this on the Mustang timeline. So this kind of adds a little bit more information kind of to that timeline. So this was Tuesday, 7 p.m. and then Tuesday night. And again, Tuesday would be September 14, which is what we thought it was the day he left. Now they're saying September 13. So Tuesday night, this is what it looks like as well. Later that night. No Mustang. And then Wednesday. Okay. The Wednesday would be September 15th. The vehicle's back. All right. So he had more time. He had a whole nother day than we originally thought. That's pretty significant. Let me get to the super chats, and then I'm going to do a little bit of some of the highlights of the interview, this morning's interview, as well with Cassie Laundrie. And I mean, I would love to listen to that Dr. Phil thing, but maybe we'll do it on Discord. So Jackie from last night that I missed, seems to me that Gabby and Brian adventure ended because of the incident. Technically, he would have still been away. How did the fam trip include him? Thanks for the super chat. Rena, what's poppin', handsome? Hope your day is going. Thank you. Appreciate the super chat. Jennifer, hey, thank you. Terry, where is the storage unit? Nobody knows. Or we believe nobody knows. Somebody gotta know. Where's Gabby's stuff? We need more information about that. You're doing a great job, Mel. Keep it up. I still think he may be involved in other killings. Evil. Thank you. Lisa, just showing some love. Thank you, Lisa. Ken, hey Mel, as I've been watching this, it's come to my attention that there has to be a lot more to what actually happening than we all know. Oh yes, for sure. For sure. If you guys just joined, you kind of missed some of the beginning things, so you might have to rewind. So JB last night, he posted some of the takeaways from the interview. He says 5 major takeaways from a bombshell night as Cassie Laundrie speaks to protesters outside her home. Cassie Laundrie says Brian flew home on August 17, 5 days after the Moab incident, which I've been wondering, and a lot of us have been asking, what happened those days in between? There's a gap. What happened those days between them? Between the Moab incident and the flight. Cassie says she doesn't know if Brian Laundrie killed Gabby Petito and doesn't know if her parents are involved. She didn't attempt to defend Brian or try to suggest he was incapable of such a horrific act. Number 3, the Laundrie family is experiencing a major divide, and I think that could be a good thing, a beneficial thing. We spoke about that last night. Cassie says she is not in contact with Brian nor her parents, and she feels the family attorney, Stephen Bertolino, threw her under the bus. Bertolino responded by attacking the press, but these questions came from protesters. Antifa. I'm just kidding. Number 4, Cassie says she was with Brian and her parents at Fort De Soto campground for about 6 hours, and that it was leisurely enough of a time for them to enjoy some s'mores. Gabby was missing / dead, and the family was living the s'mores life. What did Cassie and her parents know? Had to be more than that. Conversation, just chilling, doing s'mores. The interview came from harassment tactics, according to JB. Cassie and her husband came out to hopefully silence the demonstrators outside her home and give peace to their children. Cassie did turn down multiple interview requests. I just wish this could have been conducted with more civility. Interesting. Civility. So this is a little bit more detailed. I kind of like this a little bit better. And then we'll get into the Good Morning America interview. Cassie says, August 17th, Cassie says Brian flew back to Florida without Gabby for a visit. She says she saw Brian and also FaceTime with Gabby. September 1st, Cassie says her parents showed up to her house with Brian. She says she did not expect Brian to be there. They arrived in the Mustang. So September 1st, they all come together at Cassie's house in the Mustang. September 6th, Cassie says she went to Fort De Soto campground from 2 to 8 p.m. She says her mom, dad, and Brian were there, so all 3 confirmed as well. She says she did not know Gabby was missing, which to me is just kind of crazy, But September 11th, Cassie says she was contacted by police and has been cooperating ever since. She says she has not spoken to her brother since. So let's take a little look at the Good Morning America. America.
I do not know where Brian is. I'd turn him in.
Overnight, Cassie Laundrie attempting to set the record straight, speaking out for the first time since Gabby Petito's body was found and her brother Brian was reported missing, later named a person of interest in Petito's murder and wanted by the FBI in a fraud investigation.
I really wish he had come to me first that day with the van because I don't think we'd be here. I worry about him. I hope he's okay. And then I'm angry and I don't know what to think. I would tell my brother to just come forward and get us out of this horrible mess.
And now detailing the last time she saw her brother.
The last time I physically saw it and the last time I physically spoke to my brother was on the 6th. I've tried to get in touch with him. Phone went to voicemail.
Cassie sharing this photo exclusively with ABC News, showing Brian and his 5-year-old nephew camping at Fort De Soto Park with their parents 5 days before Gabby was reported missing.
We just went for a couple of hours and we ate dinner and had s'mores around the campfire and left. And there was nothing peculiar about it. There was no feeling of grand goodbye. There was.
And yesterday she said that she left because at the time she did, because I think she said the kids had to go to school the next day, something like that.
There's nothing. I'm frustrated that in hindsight I didn't pick up on anything. It was just a regular visit.
By the time Gabby was found 13 days later, Brian had already vanished. The day Cassie learned of his disappearance, she says she immediately told investigators about that camping trip.
It was not hidden from law enforcement. I've been cooperating with the police since day one. I have been in touch with law enforcement.
And now she's calling on her parents to do the same.
Justice for Gabby would look like having someone come forward and tell the truth. I don't know if my parents are involved. I think if they are, then They should come clean.
Cassie says her brother has taken multiple trips for up to 5 days at a time on the Appalachian Trail, where multiple tips have been reported.
That's it. There's a little bit of a longer version, but it's the same clips, just a little bit longer. I mean, it doesn't. I don't think it has anything for saying anything extra. Let's see. I started to listen to this, but
Mourning for Gabby and wants her family to know her heart is with them.
I've been cooperating so that everyone gets answers. They deserve answers.
Gabby's parents sending a message to Brian on the Dr. Phil show.
If you truly loved her, you should turn yourself in.
The Laundrie family attorney released a statement saying in part that Brian's parents don't know where he is, and the speculation by the public and some in the press that the parents assisted Brian in leaving the family home or in avoiding arrest is just wrong. Guys?
All right, thank you, Victor. Joining us now.
Brian's gone and on the run. And that was kind of, as far as the little updates, that was kind of it. I was thinking we could do calls. I really wish I could play the Dr. Phil thing so we could listen to that, but I think that would be a problem. Let me check out too before we do the calls. Brian Enton just did a little live, or he's still live now, I think, actually.
Which is in just a couple minutes. I'm gonna have to get off here. I'll be on during they call it rush hour. That's the show at 5 o'clock, and then we'll have some really big pieces on at 9 o'clock Eastern, which is News Nation Prime with Marnie Hughes. That's when we're gonna do this whole new timeline, and also Jennifer, the former FBI agent, she's gonna meet me out here at the house tonight. So she'll be on live tonight with Marnie, answering questions, going over the new video from yesterday, the new timeline, and then I'm also gonna get Jennifer on here to answer your questions too while she's out here. So we'll have all that. Someone's asking, do I have the right number for Cassie? Yeah, I'm pretty confident I have the right number. So nothing, sorry, that was a really loud car. Nothing new from Dog today. Texted with his assistant earlier this afternoon, and there was really no big update today, so.
Many people thought that Brian was so distraught that he went off and killed himself, took his own life. Do y'all now 100% believe that he is out there hiding somewhere? You believe he's hiding somewhere? You believe he's hiding somewhere? Do you believe he's hiding somewhere?
I do.
Why do you believe that?
Because he's a coward. Flat out. I'd use some other words, but I can't use them on your show. He's a coward.
He's too coward to kill himself, too coward to come forward.
Yep.
He's just on the run.
Anyone that lived in that house is a coward. And they don't know how to stand up for their actions. They are.
Where do you think he is likely at? You know him. You know what he is, does, knows. Is he living off the land somewhere?
Possibly.
Does he have that skill set?
I believe so.
I mean, is he an environmentalist, survivalist type? I mean, he knows camping, knows...
I believe he bragged about that, like that he was good at that stuff.
Yeah, I can't play. The only thing I can do is like do little highlights. I'll put the link to the full video if you guys want to check it out after. I can't because, you know, this guy, guys don't play. Here's another little clip.
If he's watching this and stranger things have happened, what would you say to him if he's watching this right this minute?
This is where I should wash my mouth, right?
Turn yourself in. Turn yourself in.
Turn yourself
Turn
in.
yourself in.
Turn yourself in.
Why?
We want to know the truth. Because if you truly loved her, you should turn yourself in.
You're only making it worse. For us and for himself. and for his family. Let us have some closure. Let us come to an end to this tragic period and just move on and be able to remember Gabby for all the wonderful memories we had with her, and not looking at a TV screen every day wondering if he's going to be found. Just turn yourself in.
That's damn good advice. And Brian, if you're listening to me right now, let me tell you something. You may have done the wrong thing then. Do the right thing now.
Those are some little clips, but yeah, the original thing is about 30 minutes. Let me mute myself. I'm going to do the call in. If anybody wants to talk about, if they watched this episode, it would be good to fill us in. That would be amazing if you could call in. Or if you want to talk about the Cassie interview, some thoughts on that, things you noticed. And I don't know, man, maybe we could just go on Discord and watch it. If people want to join Discord, go watch the 30-minute piece. But let me mute myself. Hold on. Boom, boom, boom.
Call-in studio web interface.
Yeah, to me, there hasn't been too many really, besides the Cassie interview thing, there hasn't really been much going on today. I mean, there's been a couple of things like it's pretty significant, like the change of timeline a bit, you know. But yeah, let's get to the calls. Let's see. 914, how you doing? Where are you calling from? Hello?
Hello?
Hi, welcome.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
I
Thanks for
just
calling.
to say I saw both Cassie's interview, and to be honest with you, you can see it. The only two things that she said that were truthful is the first one when she came outside and she said, "We're coming out to speak to you people," and the second one when she says, "My neighbors don't deserve this." Everything else that she said was alluding to a lie, and it's been debunked through all the media. On GMA, she said she went there for a couple of hours. During the protesters' interview, she said she was there for 6 hours. She never said anything because of the kids. I feel horrible.
Let me ask you though, with a couple hours and
Sure.
6 hours, could that just be a difference of like, yeah, I mean, a couple hours could be 6, right? Or you think it's
No,
like a
couple is 2. There's
or
a couple,
more,
there's
no?
a few, and there's several. Yeah, no, there's 2. She's like,
Okay.
we only were there for a couple of hours. And she says it so lightly. And I really feel that the mom and dad know as soon as he came home what happened. And right away, they take him to see the kids. And the protesters aren't professional reporters, so they didn't know to let her talk. They were
Right.
just
That's the
trying.
thing. That kind of got me too. I wish, and that's one of the things I've learned when talking to people. I have a hard time with that sometimes. I gotta like walk myself back because a lot of times if you let somebody talk, sometimes they'll even offer additional extra information that had nothing to do with the question. It just leads into more things that they start talking about. And so there was constant like interruption and just just like, oh my God. You know.
I know. She said, we're coming out to speak with you. And the first thing, when she said he came here on the 1st, and he came here with a Mustang, and us knowing the timeline today, should have said, well, he just killed somebody a week ago. So not even a week on the 1st. How was his demeanor? What happened? They picked up the kids, and did you see him? And then she's like, what grabbed my heart is when she said, when they said, when you saw him on the 6th, did you mention Gabby? She said, no, the kids were there. And I'm like, why? Because the kids can't hear the scary story of someone being murdered. And it's the saddest thing. And it's just ugly, ugly, ugly. And like I said, the only 2 things that she said that were truthful is when she walked out and she said, we're here to talk to you. And the second one was, my neighbors don't deserve this. Those are the only truthful things. Other than that, everything else is a lie. When they asked her for the storage unit, she was trying to give more information at least 4, 5, 6 times. But these protesters, God bless them, they were just adamant about like da-da-da-da-da. And you couldn't. But even on the second GMA, she says, we were there for a couple of hours. and she's very apprehensive about letting on. And she knows more than she's saying. She knew that guy. This woman doesn't even have tears in her eyes. She's like, I lost a few. I don't know. I feel bad. And then when you see the parents and you see Mr. Petito, and you could tell he lost so much weight, and he's just like, and just it's so much hurt in this whole. I don't know, but do you think that we're gonna find this kid with all the
no
sightings?
idea. Yeah, and thank you so much for the call. I'm gonna have to stick to 3 minutes.
I love
but I appreciate you pointing that out. I mean, some of the things there. I mean, it is weird that they could all just sit there. You know, Gabby was living with Brian and the parents, and they're just going on this trip, and nobody's asking about Gabby. You know, and she even said that Gabby FaceTimed her when he flew over there. So it seems like they'd be somebody that they constantly communicate. Nobody questioned anything. That's kind of hard to believe. Yeah. You know, I don't know. But thank you so much for the call. Appreciate it.
Love
all
you
right, take care.
so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Love you too. Bye. Okay. Did I screw something up? No, I think I'm all right. So yeah, 3-minute limits. I'm going to keep the calls rolling. 972, how you doing? Where you calling from?
Hey, good. I'm calling from Dallas.
Hey, welcome.
Hey, thanks for having me. I wanted to follow up on what the previous caller was just saying. I kind of feel like if she probably did say, "Where's Gabby?" or someone asked, and either the parents were like, "Don't talk about it," like maybe hinting they broke up, or maybe they were like, "Oh, she's in Utah. Her friend came and met up." Like, she wouldn't say that because the FBI would tell her not to. So I feel like when everyone's on her, like, she said she didn't even ask. Like, I'm sure she did. She just can't give the answer.
Right. She said FBI told them, or there's a lot of things that they can't say.
Yeah,
they weren't supposed to talk.
She for sure asked. Yeah, she for sure asked. And then let's see. Oh, the pictures she released for ABC. Man, those are going to be used to say he's showing no remorse because he's smiling and just, acting like everything's fine.
Right.
I feel like the lawyer statement about his new, okay, this is the timeline, I think they're just covering up because they figured out they messed up. Because today I saw floating around the Northport police, just a report of like when they went and put the sticker on the car. Everything else was redacted, but people were like, well, wait, why would they put it on the same day he left? You know, normally a car has to be sitting there for like 24 hours.
Right, so now we're going to correct it. And so he had an extra day, really left on Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know how many days your kid's been gone. That I don't, I just don't buy that at all. And there's one more thing. Oh, I actually sent it to you on Twitter. It's a video, like a TikTok of, if you remember in the very beginning, like the loud protesters, before the megaphones, there was a lady that was just, wailing. They are talking to her, and she's saying that, because she lives on the street behind them, or not on the same street though. She's like, that night my neighbors have on surveillance someone with his exact description running, she says, hauling ass.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to look at that.
What's your name on there? What did you DM me? What's your name?
It's on Twitter. It's Lynn's Hal.
Oh, I see it. Okay. I'll check it out. Oh, okay, cool.
All right.
Yeah, thanks. I'll check it out after. Thank you. All right. Take care. Thanks for the call. Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks. Okay, cool. So we stuck to 3 minutes. Good information. I have the max call set to 10 at a time because if I take up more than that, people are going to be stuck on hold for a very long time. So I can pause it if I have to at any moment. 917, how you doing? Where you calling from?
Hello.
Hi, welcome.
Hi. This is Tamara. I'm calling from Orlando.
Orlando.
By way of Philly, so yeah.
Kind of losing, you're breaking up.
I'd say we have to curse or no, probably not, right? We should keep
What'd
it
you say?
PG. Are we allowed to curse or no?
Where? Like here on the? Well, I mean, it depends. I mean, if you say something accidentally, but we don't want to go to town on it and do it over and over and over.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because what has me kind of feeling some type of way is all this kind of publicity that these protesters are getting at that sister's house. I think it's like, it's so wrong on so many levels, and I just worry that they're setting like a precedent for things to come. Like I had sent you a super chat, but I feel like she should be commended for the way she handled that situation, because somebody comes up on my property making my kids upset. Like, I'm going to feel some type of way, and I'm going to come out of the house, and it's probably not going to be, as violent as that crazy guy. But, I'll try to talk to you just like she did. But she tried to mention a couple of times, like, you guys are making my kids upset. I think you even mentioned it. And they completely disregarded her.
Oh, yeah, they blew right over it.
Acknowledge it.
Listen, my kids were
And
crying.
I'm like,
Yeah,
okay.
whatever. He basically said, like, F the kids.
So,
oh, my kids were crying for the... Yeah,
right?
whatever. But where were you? I was like, Jesus Christ.
And I would have been like, okay, conversation is over. Y'all need to... No, like, you can't just roll up on people's property and act like you're reporters. You're not. And so I think, like, everybody kind of needs to, like, they think that they're better than, or they're operating in some crazy way. Like, these people need to do their jobs. The FBI needs to do their job. I know everybody feels like they know what's going on or they know better, but nobody knows anything at this point. We need to just let the things pan out as they may, and then maybe we can have the discussions. But what they did, I just felt like was completely out of pocket. And everybody's kind of like crazy, and I'm like, I don't agree. I think that was wrong. And
well, thank you. I
like, let
appreciate
them
the
go
call.
to the wrong person's house.
Yeah. Did you watch the Dr. Phil thing, or you didn't see it?
I didn't see the Dr. Phil thing. I can't really do that. But also, I'm a new subscriber. I'll probably be a long time
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I'm so happy for everything, and good for you and for all you do. Thank you.
Thanks. All right. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. When we get through the calls too, we're gonna check out this interesting video that Lynn's Hall sent to me. Something's going on with the neighbors. September 17th. We're gonna check it out. 971. How you doing? Where you calling from? 971. Hola. Hola. 971. 971. Okay. I'll return you. I'll get you next time. We'll try a different call in the meantime. I'll take you after this call. We'll try again. 305. How you doing? Where you calling from?
Hi, I'm calling from Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale. Hey.
Okay, so I'm calling. I do want to talk about the interview with Dr. Phil and the thing with. And I'm not sure if everyone saw the Dr. Phil interview, but the lawyer does speak in there, and I don't know if it was already debunked, but the warrant that Brian has is for card fraud. But in that interview, the lawyer did specifically say that it was Gabby's card. So I don't know if that was previously released. But he did say, oh yeah, he did use the card. It was mentioned in the interview. And as far as Cassie, I believe that she is telling everything that she is able to say, because even if she knows that Brian killed Gabby, the FBI probably told her you can't say that, because there would be a nut show from hell at the Laundrie's house if she would say that. So people are like bashing her, like, you're not saying anything. Yeah, maybe she did ask, okay, where's Gabby? Oh, I killed Gabby. Or, oh, where's Gabby? Oh, Gabby's in New York, or whatever the thing is, you know? So I feel like if she does know, she can't go and say it, because they're going to be like, why didn't you tell the FBI sooner? Or what happened here? Or what happened there? And I feel like she has more to lose than his parents. His parents are already older. So they're in their 60s. They're in retirement. They're probably going to be living off in their home, off Social Security and whatever money they have from their business. But she's obviously only 8 years older than Brian. She's around 30, 31. She has a lot more to lose. So I feel like she's going to be truthful, and she's not going to go under fire just for her brother. I don't know.
Yeah, I think they got what they got. I mean, I guess it's good information. It's interesting. I mean, I don't know about the way they went about it. You know, maybe a little bit more just slower, let them speak a little bit more instead of like a barrage. But we did get more than what's publicly out. And it seems like today there's nobody out there. So maybe they'll be left alone, you know?
Yeah, I think she's being honest. She has a lot more to lose. She's a lot younger. She still has to go her whole life. His parents, I mean, it seems like.
And I do believe there's a fallout. And I do believe there's a fallout with the family. Whatever it is, something's going on, and they're not talking to her.
Yeah, and I definitely think that she knows what happened. Like 90% sure, but obviously she cannot say, oh, right. Brian killed my parents are hiding it because it would be a shit show from hell at the laundry. So that would
Right.
be crazy. So that's what
Well, thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for the call.
Bye.
All right, bye. Bam. Next call. Let me try it. 917 again one more time. 917, how you doing? Are you there? No, lost him. Okay. 612. How you doing? Who's this? Where you calling from?
What's up, man?
Hey, what's up?
This is Sam from Fort Lauderdale.
Sam, hey, welcome.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Go ahead.
So I got a theory.
All right, let's hear it.
So I think Brian might be actually hiding out in California, selling methamphetamine.
Oh, Lord. Selling meth. That's it? That wasn't even a good troll. You got to do better than that. A little more entertaining. 716, how you doing? Where you calling from?
Hi, I'm calling from Buffalo, New York.
Hey, welcome. How you doing?
Good. Now, this has been the craziest thing I've ever followed. I don't like following a lot of cases like these because I got like bad anxiety and all that. But this one, for some reason, caught my eyes. Now, the sister, I feel like she is out of the limelight when it comes to her parents telling her anything, even her brother telling her anything, because to me, she looks like she'd be the one to, what's right is right and wrong is wrong. If my brother's in the wrong, I'm going to tell. You know what I mean? Rather than like the mother and father, like, I don't know. I have 4 kids, and if my kid ever came to me and said, "Hey, Mom, I accidentally," or whatever, okay, well, right is right, wrong is wrong.
Right.
We got to do what we got to do. You know what I mean? And it drives me insane because it's like, it's not that hard to be able to still, they could still root for their son in jail. Like, you could still, like, be a part of his life in jail, but, you should do the right thing. And I definitely do think that the sister isn't in the limelight with what everything is going on. Like, I feel like there's the cutoff right there.
Like she wasn't fully aware. Like that she's not on the inside of.
Yeah, like
right.
Exactly, because I feel like they know she's the type that will tell it like it is. Like, no, I'm not. Especially having people at her house. Like, F that. I'm sorry, but if my brother did something and I was aware of a little bit, or I even felt like my parents knew and I didn't know, like, I'm raising hell. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's just the type of person I am. I don't care. Right is right, wrong is wrong. You're over there saying like she's like an aunt to my kids and I love her like a sister. And it's just like, I feel like she's being more truthful than everybody thinks, honestly. It's just the way I feel.
Oh, thank you.
But yeah, this
Appreciate
is becoming a crazy, crazy twist of things. Definitely.
Yeah, it's been nonstop, and every day it's like
right,
something new
nonstop,
and changing, and the details changing. It's like, oh man.
Exactly, it's crazy. All right, well, I'll still be watching you.
Thank you for the call.
All
Appreciate
right,
it. Bye. Guys, please, if you could get the likes up, por favor. The likes help out tremendously. It helps the channel out. It's a good thing. 970, how you doing? Where are you calling from? Hello?
Yeah. Am I there?
Yes, you're here. How you doing?
Oh, I'm good. I am calling from Colorado. I didn't know I was going to get on too quick. Sorry, a little nervous.
Oh, that's okay. Don't worry.
Well, and I don't think that this matters much, but it was just an observation that I had. It seemed a little bit like the whole thing was staged. I mean, she's got on a nice dress and he's dressed, and I had heard that Cassie had actually called to schedule her interview on this morning. So that just was a little bizarre for me. Like,
so,
it just,
Why do you think? So yeah, they did this thing yesterday, and then they had the interview today, I guess, or this was it last night or today? I guess today. Why go on
Right.
TV
I
if they already put
interviewed
this
this.
out? Maybe something cleaner. What do you think the reason is for that?
I'm not sure. I don't know. It just kind of
But you think she's being deceptive?
bothers me. Yeah, it feels a little deceptive. It feels a little planned. You know, I mean, why didn't she do this a while ago? It wasn't like she was coming out of her house really mad. You know, I mean, she's dressed up. I mean, the protesters have already been there all week, you know. It just seemed a little calculated, in my opinion.
So do you think there's turmoil between the sister and the parents, or no? You think it's all just like a plan or something?
Again, I'm not sure. I mean, I guess it makes me doubt her a little bit and her motives in that. You know, in the way it was presented. I mean, I think if she was being real, it just would have come across a little bit more that way to me.
All right.
But I may be way off base, and I don't know that it really even matters, you know, at this point.
Right.
I mean, I'm glad she did, and that we're getting more information, you know. I mean, I just feel like, why didn't you do this a couple weeks ago, you know? I mean,
Right. I mean, I don't know why like ABC does things the way they do. Like, why not pull the full thing out, like the full interview? Because I guess they're saying that's what caused all this ruckus, and they still didn't put out, to my knowledge, the unedited. I mean, the transcripts were put out. They say I never read the transcripts. I'm not sure why not just release a video, kind of like how News Nation did. But all right,
right, and that's frustrating. I mean, I was so frustrated last night. I'm like, oh, come on, just show the full video.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, we're already here. Like, it's going to come out tomorrow. Like,
I think it's like a
put it
teaser
out
thing
there.
they do. Yeah, I think it's like teasing
Yeah.
the interview or whatever to get people to tune in, I guess. But thank you so much. I
All
appreciate
right.
it.
Well, thanks for your coverage, and hopefully they'll find him soon. I hope he's not in
know.
Colorado.
Thanks.
And we'll
All right.
welcome Doc home when he finds him. So.
Oh, yeah. All right.
All right.
Thanks.
Thanks,
Bye.
Mel.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Haven't heard too much from Dog Bounty Hunter. 347. How you doing? Where you calling from?
Hey Mel, this is New York City calling. How's your
Welcome.
baby?
She's good. Thank you. I appreciate it. She went to the doctor. Doctor said everything's good. They lowered her dose of albuterol from what the ER said. And yeah, she's good. She's good.
Oh, glad
Thank
to
you.
hear. Glad to hear.
Yeah.
So I have a theory.
Okay.
Now that the trip from the 17th was confirmed that he came home. I
Mhm.
believe that when they had the altercation with the stopping with the police officer, I believe it was on August 12th.
Yes.
I believe that he came home to kind of cool off, and maybe they had decided to break up, and maybe that's why he had to take her stuff out of the storage. And the family is saying that they had to clean out the storage or something, but it was him maybe deciding that the relationship was not going to work. And maybe when he headed back, he was still full of steam because, you know, he had to be stopped by the cops, and, you know, him being abusive and all, maybe, you know what I mean? That triggered him, and he just went back, and it just escalated, and, you know, stuff happened. But with regards to his sister, I believe that she's wagging the dog. Do you know that terminology?
No, never heard of it.
Okay. So it's basically her deflecting, right? I think she knows
Okay.
more than she is saying. I believe that she is orchestrating all this because if you look at the ABC News footage, the recent one, she's wearing the same dress in that interview.
Yeah, I saw people in the chat saying
so
that.
Say again, I'm sorry?
Yeah, I saw people saying that in the chat as well, what you're saying. The same dress.
Yes, the same dress. So I think she's orchestrating all this, one, to get the protesters off her back, but also because isn't it funny that she decided to talk
Photo
the same day
exclusively with
that, or around the same time that her brother was basically noticed on the Appalachian Trail. And
That she's come forward. Yeah, go ahead.
And lastly, what was I gonna say? I wrote these notes down. Oh, so if you look at their body language, she has her arms crossed in front of her boobs, right? And later on in the interview, her husband does too. That's like a self-soothing kind of protection. Also, when she was asked if you've ever seen Brian hit Gabby or be violent towards her, she said no, but then she nodded yes. Do you know it was a contradicting reaction? You should watch that again.
Okay.
Because she nodded yes, but said no. And her husband is constantly with his hands in his pocket. That's a sign of hiding something. And that's all I have to say. I don't want to take up any more of
All
your
right, well,
time,
thank
but
you.
you're doing a great job. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Appreciate it. All right. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
407. How you doing? Where you calling from? Spend your calls. 407. How you doing? Where you calling from?
Hello.
Hey.
Hey. Am I on? Okay.
You're on.
Hi.
Hi. Welcome.
I'm from Orlando.
Hey.
I just want to say you're doing a good job, iCkEdMeL. I've been watching you since the Malia Davis
Thank you.
case. I've been a follower for a while. I just wanted to say that I actually do believe the sister Cassie. I think that when she went on, I believe her about the first, that they came with Brandon in the car. They came to visit the kids, and she didn't know that he was going to be there. And they showed up on the 6th. I do believe that they went, and they were just there for I think it's Labor Day. They went up there for Labor Day with their family. I think that she thought, like, he came back on the 17th and without Gabby. I just think that she thought that they have problems and they separate. And so that was another thing that happened, that Gabby was just not with him on this trip too, because they had extended their trip and he was going to go back and get her. I don't think that she found out what was going on until she got the actual call from the FBI or the police asking, which was, I think, the 11th. I don't think that she absolutely knew what was going on until then. Now, as far as these interviews, I do believe maybe she did call them because it's Monday. They had been out there since, I think, Saturday. They were there Saturday, Sunday, and she's like, listen, I got to get these people from by my house. They're messing with the neighbors. So I got to do whatever I got to do to try to get them to leave. So Monday, I don't know if she called them or if they were out there, and she had that interview. And then she may have called the ABC too, but she wanted to get the story straight because she said in that interview right here with the protesters that they messed up her interview. They quoted her wrong. So she wanted to go back and get that information right. So, yeah, she may have called them, but I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And then the people that are stating that they're lying or she's folding her hands, he's got his hands in his pocket, they're regular people. They're nervous. They don't know how to do interviews. I think that they're nervous and they're just trying to get these people from around her. So they may be making some mistakes. And she may not be, she's not telling the whole truth because the FBI have told them, hey, you can't say this, you can't say that. It is her brother. And so she's choosing what she can and will say. So that's my take on the whole thing.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Appreciate the call.
No problem.
All right. Take care. I saw a lot of people going back and forth on Twitter and online. Like, she's lying. She's telling the truth. She's lying. She's telling the truth. And I just don't know why these interviews, when they put it out, just put out the whole thing. Or if you got to clean it up a little bit, clean it up, or put out the whole thing so it's not this weird chopped up stuff and people trying to interpret what they're saying. 623. How you doing? Where you calling from?
Hey, Mel, how you doing? This is Linda. I'm calling from Phoenix,
Hey.
Phoenix, Arizona.
Welcome.
Hey, thank you. Your channel's great, by the way. I don't
Thank you.
typically follow these, although my background is in psychology. So this kind of whole thing, interests me because I am a fellow YouTuber and RVer. So, I just want to say that, the families are really blessed that, Jen and Kyle did go through all their videos and find, where Gabby was. But, just as a, something for thought, when people go out to these remote places, there's no cell phone service. They do have satellite phones that they do allow for service to go to cell phones. I think anybody that travels needs to have something like that.
Right.
But, getting back to Gabby and the whole situation, me, like everyone else, my first thought was, yeah, Brian, he did it, right? Well, I'm looking outside of the box. Of course, he's going to be the first one to have the fingers pointed at because he's the boyfriend or the fiance.
Right.
He has been seen to, cause a ruckus, with her and at the restaurant. But think outside the box for a minute, okay? She was by herself for 6 days, okay? Where was she at that time? And did she meet anyone? Did she meet a weirdo? She didn't want to be by herself. How did that arrangement come to be to where he left and left her by herself? Because we all know that
supposedly
did not.
Supposedly they said she was staying like at the Fairfield Inn Suites near Salt Lake City near the airport.
Well,
but I still think it's kind of strange because she was afraid. It seemed like she was afraid to be without him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then my point is you meet a lot of wackadoodles at motels. Okay. We're not talking the Ritz here, the Carlton. So did somebody stalk her? Was somebody keeping an eye on her? And then, okay, think about it for a minute. Okay, maybe they got into a little spat. Maybe she says, oh, I met this one guy and he was really nice to me. Maybe he did get upset. Maybe he did go off for a hike. And that's when that girl and that guy, I think, were they from Wisconsin? I can't think of her name.
Wait, the girl and guy?
Yeah. Yeah, remember they said that, they picked up Brian and he had a small backpack. It wasn't really, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
Miranda Baker, I think.
how
There was
do they
another
kn-
couple too.
Yeah.
There was another one or another lady.
But,
Yeah.
But think about it for a minute. They, Brian is wherever Brian is, okay, be it if he's on the trail somewhere or where he's at, okay? He doesn't have a whole suitcase full of stuff. So he can live very minimally, say that word. He doesn't have to have a whole lot to live off of, okay? He sounds like he's an avid hiker and camper. He knows what he's doing, okay? So you don't have to have a lot of gear to go on a hike. Say if they did get, in a little spat, and he says, well, I'm going to go take a break for a while. And he just walked away and went hiking for a while. How do we know exactly? And this is a thing to get back to what Cassie was saying. Okay, do they know everything? No, they don't. The FBI is not going to, and this comes from my background of psychology, community corrections, and, being in the mental health field, working as a case manager here in Phoenix, the FBI is not going to show all their cards, okay? So there was probably a struggle, okay? Does that mean it was Brian? Not necessarily. Did maybe she get into a fight with somebody? Do they have other DNA? Okay, this is something that's not really been questioned either. So, I watch a lot of these crime shows on TV on the Iron Channel.
You have to make one more point, and then sorry, because the limit.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that there could be other DNA that's found on her body. Okay, that they're not saying, but they want to find out the timeline from Brian, and that's why they're trying to find him so bad to put the pieces together. That's all I'm saying.
All right. Well, thank you. Yeah, appreciate it.
Okay. Take care.
All right, take care.
You're welcome.
Bye. 253. How you doing? Where you calling from?
Hello? Oh,
Hi.
hello?
Hi.
Hey. Hey.
Hey.
Oh, hi there. I'm calling from Washington. This is so cool. I've never done this before, like, since I was a teenager. And, like, when you try and call on the radio so you can get a song.
Oh.
Anyway, golly, I was hearing a lot of really cool, like, comments and input and stuff. The gal, though, who, like, said, you know, tried to present the alternate theory, like, nobody knows exactly. The one thing I would say, though, is if it wasn't you and then you still take the van and spend all the money on the cards and all that, I don't know. It just
Yeah, that is
still
weird.
seems a little sus to
There's a
me.
lot of
So
weird
whatever.
stuff that doesn't add up. Yeah.
Yeah. But 3 minutes is 3 minutes. So, okay, I'm just kidding. Okay, there's one thing. Oh, so the locker thing. Oh, yeah, there's a, and then another lady just said a couple of calls ago, which was exactly what I was thinking, is that they may have discussed breaking up, and whether or not it was her. I mean, I wonder if she was gonna like go to California and then stay there with her aunt for a while, like something like that, and maybe he pretended or thought he could be really good about it. When, you know, and then things went sideways or whatever. But really, okay, so there is a little snippet of a video that on another channel, and I can't remember exactly what, you know, just breezing through, but they played a snippet when somebody, you know, somebody might post to an account, and it could be Brian or it could be a hacker, but he was writing, like, it looked like he was in the trunk of a car or something like that, and then the caption said, "Misery loves company." And I was just wondering if you ever saw that one or heard it, or was it completely debunked already?
Are you
or
talking about the Twitter account?
I don't remember if it was Twitter or something because I watched it on a YouTube thing. But yeah, he was on a social media of some kind, and so the gal was kind of playing it, and everyone, you know, and saying what could it be, and it really looked like he was in the trunk of a car or something,
Oh, that I
going
haven't
down a
seen,
road in
no.
the dark.
No,
You know,
that I
you
haven't
didn't see
seen,
it.
No.
And then the caption under it said "Misery loves company," and it was supposedly from one of his accounts.
Oh,
And so that gave me the theory after everything's been going on that when this, because the poor sister, like she says she didn't know he was going to show up on the 1st, you know, and I believe she maybe didn't. So when she went to go do the camping and the s'mores thing, I don't know, like, and I don't know anything, but Brian could have been somewhere in the trunk of the truck, you know, by the time
But-
she leaves, and maybe
She said she
doesn't
saw him,
even
though.
know.
She said he was there.
Yeah, okay, you're right, but like as they're getting ready to leave and everyone's saying goodbye, maybe he goes to the bathroom or something like that.
Oh, okay.
I thought maybe he might have like disappeared before they left, and then maybe he showed up in the trunk of the car. I don't know. Who knows?
Right. Well,
But okay, well, thank you anyway.
Thank you so much.
And
Thanks
thanks
for
for
calling.
everything that you're
All
doing.
right.
It's pretty cool.
thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye. All right. Let's roll. Keep it rolling. 858, how you doing? Where you calling from?
South Beach, Miami.
Oh, South Beach. What's up, man?
You got my audio file I sent you, I see.
Oh, that was you.
Just
okay, please explain
just
that.
Thinking just tell you a little story here. This guy had a $3,000 credit limit on his credit card that he pays off every month. And the couple transactions you heard on the recording was a Airbnb that they did back in July, and he pays off his credit card every month 100%. So he literally left Utah with $3,000 credit line on his card, and why you would use your dead girlfriend's credit card knowing you've got cash to go yourself, that just blows my mind. And he purchased his tickets from Frontier on the 13th using his credit card. And when he got back from his trip when he got there on the 17th, he paid it off. So he either got some money from his parents or got some money when he got to Florida and said, hey, I'm going to pay off my credit card. But he really pays off whatever he was using on his credit card like days afterwards. So he's not hurting for money. Kind of weird.
Yeah, it's weird. And that was from his account, right? Or like,
Yeah.
did it share the account?
No, it's from his. It's only his name.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, I was like, I heard that thing. I was like,
And that was
what?
authenticated. Basically just dial into one of the financial services that he has an account with, showing up as his phone number on the call ID, and it authenticates you, and then let you listen to your account information.
What? Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. That was really
You
interesting
got any
to
questions
hear.
about that?
No, not really, man. I mean,
I got some more recordings, but I haven't released them yet.
Okay, yeah, let me know, man. Stay in contact. I mean, I was really surprised to hear that because I haven't heard that anywhere else. You know, I was like, holy crap.
Right.
And then it lines up with the dates that we covered at the beginning of this.
Yeah.
With the
And then on that
ticket.
camping app where it showed him in Puerto Rico, all that was is where you go into your profile and you can pick anywhere in the world you want to show up as, and just like when you post a Facebook photo or anything else, you can choose the location. It doesn't automatically have to use the location of where you're at. You can pick out anything. That's where that all stays location information came through. He just used that because his ex-girlfriend used to live there.
Right, I saw that. Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Interesting.
All right. Well, I just wanted to throw that at you
man.
to complete that circle there. All right,
thank you for sending that too. Appreciate it.
Have a good one.
You too.
All right. Have a good one.
Yeah, boy, the hackers, they on it, bro. 940. How you doing? Where you calling from?
Hello?
Hey.
Am I on?
You're on. Welcome.
Okay. I just want to, I'm calling from Texas. I just want to tell you, me and my husband watch it every day. You're doing a really awesome job.
I appreciate that. Texas.
It's a little off the topic, but I saw on the internet that they got the guy that escaped from Kansas, that John Freeman Pope, within 100 miles of where Crystal and Kaylin were killed, and he was on a motorcycle. And I was wondering, did her dad say what? Because I saw that Crystal's prized possession was her Harley, and I was wondering if there's a connection there. Is it her motorcycle or is it one he stole or something? But it said he was caught 100 miles from where their location was.
I didn't know that. I didn't know where he was caught. I knew he was caught, but I didn't know where. So that is interesting. I have to look into that. Yeah, I mean,
I would definitely say he's creepy when you read up about him.
Well,
Very
if you have
creepy.
more information, send it to me. I mean, I know he escaped. He dressed up as a doctor and he got a badge or something. He just walked right out of there.
Right. But her father didn't say anything about the motorcycle, right? I'm assuming that it would have been out there. If they come home in the car, her motorcycle might have been out there, and I was just wondering about that.
All right, that's a great question. I'll see if I can ask him if I talk to him again.
Yeah, would you please? I was curious about that. They had a picture online with the motorcycle that he had, and then there was 2 pictures of her with 2 different motorcycles. So I was trying to see if the motorcycle that he got caught on was similar to one in the picture, but I couldn't tell. But it's kind of interesting that he was so close. To me, 100 miles is pretty close.
Yeah.
So, but keep up the good work. Please never stop what you're doing, because my husband and I get the most information from you.
Thank you,
and
guys.
You have a good day. I'm glad your daughter's doing well.
Thank you.
And God bless you.
God bless you too.
Bye-bye.
God bless you guys. Bye. That's Texas. Appreciate the call. Thank you guys for watching. 602, how you doing? Where you calling from? 602.
Oh, hello. Hi.
Hey.
Hi. So I have a theory, but I'm not too sure on the timeline, but I watched the Cassie interview, and she said that her brother flew home, and that was after the Moab incident. So I feel like what your other callers said, they probably, decided to, take a break or whatever. He flew home. And honestly, I just feel like then he decided, what he was going to do, and he went back. Either he killed her before or after, but he went back. But I honestly believe he went home as an alibi to see his parents, and Cassie said that, the parents surprised her with the visit with him. And so they did all that, and it's like an alibi, and whatever he did with the storage unit, whatever, or to go back for the van.
According to the timeline, just throw it in real quick. The last time I believe she was seen that we know of, confirmed, 8/27. So it was after the Moab incident. It was at the restaurant where they had this huge fight kind of broke out. It was Brian that reportedly was screaming and yelling and went off on the waitress and all that. So that was after the flight. But I do believe that throughout that trip, they were probably fighting the entire time. We're just getting glimpses of what it was like.
Right.
But I'm probably sure that they were fighting the entire time. And I don't.
So then when did he go back for the van and drive the van back?
He drove.
He had
So
the-
the let me see here, supposedly from 8/17 to the 23rd. So he flew out on the 17th from Salt Lake City to Florida, and then supposedly returned back on the 23rd, and she stayed at the hotel, and he came back September 1st with the van and without her. So, but the timeline, it's a lot of details. Like I'd have to post the links so you can check it out sometime. It's very, very like detailed, and apparently things are changing. Even just today, some of the timeline changed again. So.
Yeah, I honestly just think I truly believe he's a narcissistic sociopath, but they usually always are just trying to cover their trail no matter what. So I feel like he did go back home to have an alibi of some sort, probably told his parents. I don't think the sister knew. And then when he left, though, I believe he's pretending that he's, on a little trip. And I do believe the hiker that spotted him. And I feel like who would flag down, a random person, a narcissist, and you're going to try to, pretend that you're going to meet your girlfriend and you mentioned the fight. Like, that's what I would do if I was trying to get another person to like have an alibi. And it just, it seems all too like, and to pull out money or use her card if she's already dead, it's to make it look like she was still alive. And he was going back to meet her. He's saying he's going to meet her in California. If that hiker's story is true, just sounds like he's literally just trying to cover, the alibis. That's what it seems like to me.
Well, thank you. Appreciate the call. Thanks for your thoughts on that. All right, take care.
Thank you.
Thanks. I was thinking that too. Like, did they get into? I mean, obviously they got into fights, but like that Moab incident, was this the thing? He's like, I'm done. Is that where he was like moving stuff in there or moving it out? I don't know. 4 more callers. I paused the call in because people are being like they're getting stuck on hold for a while, so I don't want to have people waiting for so long. So I'm gonna clear out these calls. 239. How you doing? Where you calling from?
Hey, what's up? What's up?
Hey, welcome, man.
Good. Joe Naples.
Joe from Naples?
Yes.
Cool, yeah. Welcome. Thanks for calling, man. What are your thoughts? What's going on?
Well, I'll just tell you, the FBI can solve this. They have a law that's in effect. They can hold the family, the parents, for a few days without even being charged. That'll put pressure on Brian. If he does understand that his parents are being held, why would he come in and try to get him out of that trouble? He doesn't want to bring everybody down. You know what I'm saying?
To me, it seems like he doesn't even care. So from all this crap that's going on, it's almost like he doesn't care.
Well, I understand that, but I think
He's
the
alive.
FBI is kind of dropping the ball. They're dropping the ball a
I
little
see what
bit.
you're saying.
They're not even putting pressure. They're like the family's out there gardening in the back. If their son's missing and they care about the son, why are they out in the backyard gardening? These guys are putting these drones up top, and the family's running inside the house. They're scared. So put a little pressure on the family and see what happens. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the
So you're
FBI
saying the
being
FBI could
tight-lipped
just
about
take him in without any charges, nothing, just bring him in?
Well, local police department can hold you for 72 hours without even being charged. The federal can do pretty much whatever they want, so I just know why they're letting this go on and on and on and on every single day. I mean, I understand you need it for your story and your ratings and stuff, but it's like these guys are just pulling a bunch of crap out right now. The FBI is slacking. That's all I can tell you.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, thank you for the call.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
All right.
appreciate it.
Thank you. Naples. I like Naples. Been there, I think, twice. 315. How you doing? Where you calling from?
Oh, hi. This is Rebecca. I'm calling from New
Rebecca.
York.
Welcome. Thanks for calling.
Hi. So I was a little bit delayed getting to the live stream, so this may have been asked already or covered. So if it was, I apologize. But so first of all, I want to say that I rewatched the Cassie interview to the protesters probably, I don't even know, several times. And every time I watched it, first of all, I want to say I do believe her. I thought it was very heartfelt, and I could sense her frustration. Like, I really could.
Yeah, she was
However,
frustrated. Sure.
yes. And, I think it really helped me, at least in my mind, make her more believable than before. She's the only one in her family who's actually talking. So, for the most part, I thought it was truly, believable. However, there was a part of the interview where she, I think, like, stumbled over her words or stumbled and, like, maybe misconstrued a date But at one point of the interview, she said on that trip, like she was FaceTiming with Gabby on that trip on the 5th. And so there were some Twitter comments. I got into this like Twitter conversation with a bunch of people earlier. I think it was on maybe Brian Enton's feed. And some people were like, yeah, we heard that too. We were confused. And other people were like, no, she didn't say that. But I replayed it so many times. And so in my mind, I'm like, the 5th, August 5th? Okay, August 5th doesn't fit into the timeline. September 5th, Gabby was dead, at that point. So there's no way she could have been FaceTiming her then. So in my mind, I'm like, if that's really what she said, and maybe I really am going deaf or something, I don't know, but a lot of other people heard it too, then I think she slipped up and either like missed the date, like misspoke the date, or maybe got herself into a little hole a little bit if that was in fact the truth that maybe, didn't correspond to whatever timeline she's saying now.
I thought she said, maybe I heard it wrong. I thought she said that when he came on that trip for the flight to Florida, that she spoke to Gabby on FaceTime.
She did.
Right. But you're talking about a different time?
No. She said that, right? So she was saying on that trip, and she was referring to that trip. But then she said on the 5th, which wasn't part of that trip.
Okay.
So it was really confusing. And I don't know if anybody else heard it, but I was just kind of wondering if you had seen anything about that, or if you had heard it, or if there's any speculation that maybe
I haven't. I did see where Brian had to like delete something. He said he got the date wrong. So
I don't think that was related to that specifically. It was just it was literally like a 2-second thing that she said in the interview, right? But it was enough for me to catch it, and I was like, wait a minute, the 5th, that doesn't line up at all. Like, she wouldn't be FaceTiming with Gabby during that trip, in August. Obviously, that wasn't when Brian was home. And in September, obviously, we know she had already been, killed at that point. So I was just like, is that going to be the one thing maybe that catches her in a lie if she is lying? But deep down, I really want to believe her. So I just wasn't sure that, what other people were thinking and what the general, kind of consensus was. But, I've seen things all over about how, she's lying, and then people who do agree with me for the most part. And the other question I had was, have you heard anything about any sort of like body language or interview experts analyzing the footage?
I haven't watched any of those. I know there's videos out there that have that. I haven't watched a single one.
Already? Oh, okay. I just wasn't sure if there was anything out there about
There definitely is. I mean, I think if you type it in, like on YouTube, like Brian Laundrie body language, I think there's a lot of channels that do that. I haven't watched any though.
Yeah, I'd be so interested for them to analyze her and her husband, because some people are like, oh, he's got his hand in his pockets and she's got her arms crossed, and but for the most part, I think my general feeling is I think she's telling the truth. I was just really shocked that she said the 5th when, as we all know who's following this case, that there's like, that doesn't make sense.
Well, thank you.
So
appreciate the
that's all
call.
I had to
Thank
say.
you. I'm gonna have to re-listen again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. All right. Bye. Okay. One more call and we're caught up. 470. How you doing? Where you calling from? Hello.
Hello?
Hey, welcome.
Oh, hey, Atlanta here.
Lynn?
Atlanta?
Oh, Atlanta. Okay, hey, thanks for calling. What's on your mind? What are you thinking?
I did not believe Cassie at first, but now that she did this interview, I kind of am buying into it.
Okay.
I think when she says the 5th, I think she means August the 5th, which, if you talk to your sister-in-law, you don't talk with her every day. You're talking to her on August 5th, not September 5th. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I have to listen to it again because what she was talking about, the last caller, I didn't even catch that. If there is something there.
Yeah, I think she was insinuating like September 5th.
I think that's why people just don't talk. They just get a lawyer and be quiet, because then, I mean, I appreciate her talking because I think she cleared up some of the things, and I think this looks better for them, I guess.
Yeah, I think it does make them look better. And as far as the hands in the pocket, I mean, they seem genuine to me.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm a Brian lover, but I mean, as far as Cassie goes, she could be the odd man out. As far as the family, she could be the odd man out.
All right. Anything else? Did you watch the Dr. Phil thing?
I did. Yes.
Okay. So what are your thoughts on that? What, anything highlight worthy? Anything to say? The new one that came out today, I'm talking about.
Oh, no, I did not see that now.
Ah, okay. Yeah, you should check it out. I'm going to watch it after this stream.
Okay. Well, thanks for taking my call.
Yeah. Thank you for the call. Take care.
Bye.
Okay. We are caught up finally. I sometimes close the line because I don't want to leave a bunch of people hanging, and I don't want to just hang up on like 20 people. Bye. You know what I'm saying? Click. iCkEdMeL, that bastard. I'm going to find where he lives. Stalk him. Oh, he hung up on me. Yeah. Months ago. This clip is one of the callers sent me. Lynn's Hall. Thank you, Lynn's Hall. Let's see what this is. It says, thanks to Clint Wedger for finding this video of Brian Laundrie neighbors talking about seeing that person on September 17. They also lived across from the man who got arrested for assault at the Laundrie parents' home.
That's okay. Do you know practice right there, in back of that house is where Laundrie lives. So you're saying last 2 Fridays ago, when during the protest, the day they reported missing, witnesses are saying Brian ran out of there.
Probably through the woods right here. And he hauled ass, and the neighbors right there got it on surveillance.
So
they said they thought it was him.
So and so you're saying the police actually asked you about that photograph that's circling. Do you know if
they came back? What was it, Saturday? They came back the next day, and I thought I was in trouble because of the protest. Don't you remember? Like the cop wants to talk to you. And
did they go to any other neighbors? You think? Did they go?
They were some were inside. They were at, well, they asked them, didn't they, Chris? And then the cops went over the crisis.
The cops were walking up and down the street.
So you guys think it was him?
Yeah, definitely. He was here.
I mean, to us, we think it looks like him too.
He was here.
Yeah.
I mean, we think.
He was here Friday, and as soon as it got dark, everybody was so concerned with the protest.
Yeah.
And instead of the cops blocking off this whole subdivision, they only focused on that one street. Well, who else is gonna be running down the street that fits his description? During, I mean, it could have been somebody who's like, "Oh shit, I want to see what's going on."
Yeah.
But I don't know. The cops came and they showed us the picture, and I was like, "That's him, dude."
Maybe it was a reporter running to get some scene footage. I was talking to somebody last night, and I was thinking, how crazy would it be? Because I know, like, the drone footage, which I was wondering too. Okay. I was wondering if is it legal? I don't know what the rules are in Florida. I'm gonna eventually get a drone, but I think you have to take a class or something like that. And is there rules or whatever about flying over people's property? But how trippy and crazy would it be for one day they fly the drone out there and Brian's parents are out there just swimming in the pool, just like casually just swimming, chilling. That would really probably rile people up. Like the gardening thing, piss people off. But imagine them just back there just chilling, swimming around and stuff while all this stuff is going on. Oh, let me get the super chats too. I forget that. And this guy. Let me do the super chats. The guy that went out to the islands, I think his Twitter name is Cryreth. I think he's going back out. I don't know when. I would like to link up sometime. There's somebody else that reached out to me as well that used to work at Fort De Soto campground, and he was like, I used to work there. I can show you around. The only thing is that he doesn't have a boat, but he knows the entire area, like the back of his hand. I added that part. think it would be really interesting to go get a site in person, high quality. Okay. Priscilla, thank you for the super chat. Let me just play this in the background. Priscilla, thank you for the super chat. I thought I heard that Brian and his mom was at the phone store on the 14th. That phone thing is a whole nother thing as well. We talked about that in a previous stream. The mess, was he there on the 14th or was it the 4th that the lawyer said? I don't know. There was a supposed sighting of Brian and an elderly woman at the AT&T, but I don't know. Thank you for the super chat. Wallace, Mel, what was that Airbnb charge on the recording you played? Who would have been staying at an Airbnb during this time frame? I'll play the call again real quick. I should probably link up with that guy that called from South Beach, and maybe we can do a video, just a conversation to explain a little bit.
Check recent activity. There's a total of 5 transactions. All of them have been posted to your account. Here they are. August 17th, a payment of $167.38. August 14th, $167.38 from Frontier Airlines. July 31st, a payment of $72.03. July 5th, $72.03 from Airbnb Payments. June 29th, a payment of $275.40. Check recent activity. There's a total of 5 transactions. All of them have been posted to your account. Here they are. August 17th, a payment of $167.38.
I'm thinking that was the payment that paid off the ticket purchase.
August 14th, $167.
And on August 14th, the tickets were bought.
And 38 cents from Frontier Airlines. July 31st, a payment of $72.03. July 5th, $72.03 from Airbnb Payments. June 29th, a payment of $275.40.
I don't know, man. Interesting. I was surprised I got that email today. I was like, what? Is this real? And he called in. Ad Girl NYC. And I have to check the timeline too. As far as the Airbnb, I'm not even sure where. I have to look at the timeline. Ad Girl NYC. Her sisters should get props for how she handled the protester convo. They were extremely out of pocket, not cool. They were, to me, kind of forceful. Not a lot of people would have been that patient. Some people might have snapped and popped off, but it wouldn't have been beneficial for them. There's a lot of people that want to, put up with it. I am Monique. Yo, I hope you're doing good. Thank you for the super chat. Hey Mel, how is it he left to go to the storage without her, but she freaked out about being separated from him during the police stop? Yeah, I was saying the same thing. Yep, I wonder. Ken, unless she was okay with just staying in a hotel the entire time until they came back, because I believe that's when the father ordered takeout for her. Let's see. Boom, boom. It's not on the timeline now. I had it somewhere. Okay, let's see. Shane, I've always wondered why EMS was never called to the scene in Moab. Gabby was having what looked like a nervous breakdown. Thanks, Shane. Sophie, why did Gabby's parents go on Dr. Phil? It's not like this case needs attention. Going on talk shows and asking Twitter for followers. It's just odd to me. Thanks, Sophie. Appreciate the super chat. I haven't watched the Dr. Phil thing. I might after this stream, or maybe I'll let Discord people know ahead of time. Maybe tonight we could just sit and chill, watch the Dr. Phil thing together and talk about that. KD, thank you for the super chat for your kiddo who was under the weather yesterday. And thank you, man. I sent you an FB message. Please check today. Did you send it under that name, KD, or is it a different name? Probably a different name, right? I'll try to find it. There's a lot of messages. I'm a little bit behind. I have somebody helping me, but It's a lot. My emails are flooded. Twitter's flooded. Everything's flooded. I might have to just take a day and respond to people. Dr. Latina, hey, caller is ageist. Thanks for the super chat. I forgot which caller we're talking about. I think there was one, I guess, that mentioned it. Frockaby Baby. Thank you for the super chat. The school photo of Brian bears no resemblance to how he looks now. The nose and teeth and eyebrows are all wrong. Plus, he looks nothing like Cassie. Odd. Interesting. M. Tyler, Mel, hope your daughter's doing better. Simply put, people need to own up and be responsible for actions. Right is right. Face the music, no matter what. Thank you, M. Tyler. Appreciate the super chat. And yeah, she's doing great. She's a lot better today. Just keeping an eye. Probably by Thursday, be back in school. Sister Sherry, late again, starting from the beginning. Thank you, Brandy. Thank you for the super chat. B. So he emptied a storage locker, flew back to kill her, allegedly. Thank you for the allegedly. Then drove her van home again without her, hired a lawyer and hid. Yeah. Yep. Brandy Berry, thank you for the super chat. B. Shelligant, thank you for the super chat. Love neat. Cassie's still not telling the truth. What about the kids? They would have asked where Gabby is because they love Gabby so much. Brandy, thank you for all you do. Thank you guys, man. Appreciate the super chats. I'm going to do a quick little sweep as well. Mama Mel says, let me read the full thing. Mama Mel says, I believe Cassie. I can't even argue about housework in my family without misconstructing my words. Never mind confronting disgruntled protesters on my lawn yelling about my brother being a killer. Oops, they're gonna clip that. Oh, iCkEdMeL slipped up. He said serial killer. What does that mean? Thank you, Mama Mel. Tailspins, how can I join Discord? Keep up the great work. All right, let's do that. I'll put the link for you guys right now in the chat. Discord, there's the regular public access. Anybody can join up. You can come and chill in there. We talk all the time. And then there's the members area as well, which is a little bit more private. And that's through YouTube membership. So I'll put the link in the chat. Anybody can join. The only thing is if you start acting up, like if you're somebody that's problematic, you will get kicked out and removed and gone. Bye-bye. So we look for no drama. I mean, things happen, but if you're somebody that's just constantly problematic and it's always a problem, everything's a problem, you'll get kicked out. That's the Discord. I put it in there. By the way, the Dr. Phil link is in the description. If you want to go check it out for yourself, I put the link to Dr. Phil, the full video, 30 minutes. I can't play it here. I just played the little snippets that's on the news. But the link to his video is in the description. You can go check it out. Ivy Gold, I'm going to read what you sent me. I appreciate the help, too, that you've done with the story and sending information. I honestly don't think Cassie had anything to do with it. Yes, we all blamed her in the beginning, but if you think about it, she was at the campground for 6 hours with her husband and kids, then never with the parents again. I think her parents were protecting Brian, saying Gabby was at home or flew to her parents. Something like that. You wouldn't question that until you hear Gabby is missing. She's being honest. I think she has a feeling her parents and brother did something bad. That's why the lawyer won't talk to her and the parents won't. I'm personally pretty good at reading people, but that's just me. We shall wait and see. Thank you, Ivy. Thank you for that. What a crazy situation. I'm going to be working on, this week was a little bit off for me, you know what I'm saying, because the whole thing with my daughter, so I didn't get to do an extra story. Either tonight or tomorrow, I'm going to start working on something extra to add, or a video with a different story to add onto after the live streams. It was kind of slow today. We're going to see what happens. I mean, more bits and pieces are coming out. And I believe with Cassie, obviously there's things she can't say. They were told not to speak. And the whole body language thing, I'm not a body language person, so I couldn't tell you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, I can get a feeling of people, like if I'm actually talking to them or in person, kind of, just a general broad sense. But like fidgeting, holding your arms around yourself or putting your hands in your pocket. To me, I think that's kind of really just hard to interpret because people are nervous. People are whatever. You got these people outside of your house. People get kind of intimidated. I was, I guess you could interpret it how you want, I guess, you know. But when I interviewed this father in person, it was the first in-person interview I ever did. I think my hands are in my pocket. I think it was just nervousness, though, you know. So I don't know. But I think at least they spoke. They said their side. Some of these people, some of this media, they just really got to work a little bit better, I think, to put out some of the information, some of the interviews without all this weird chopped up stuff. So there's not, I mean, unless that's what they want. Maybe it's an intentional thing. Hey, let's just put out this crazy thing of 10 seconds and then we're going to talk for whatever. And people are just going to be wondering and talking. That gets people engaging. And maybe that's a marketing ploy. Sometimes I think that. Sometimes I really do think that. I'm like, yo, this doesn't even make sense. Why are they doing this? It reminds me too, one time I was on KHOU, and this is no shade to them. I appreciate that they brought me on for interview because I interviewed the guy that killed Malia Davis. I interviewed his father, and like it blew up. It was all over the news. There was contradictions in that story as well, the story he told. But I cleaned up the interview. You know what I'm saying? I cleaned up some parts, but I put out, there's no questioning what he said. It's not this mystery trivia thing that we're all wondering and everybody's talking about it for days and days and days. And these are like corporations. You would think that just put the damn thing out. Put it on your whatever channel it is, your Facebook or YouTube. Why do people have to wonder this mysterious thing of what the person's saying? You know? And so I spoke with KHOU. We did a small, like 10 minutes long. They were asking me about the father. And when I saw the clip on TV, which I totally understand, TV is very programmed, it's probably complicated. It was like 10, 15 seconds, 20 seconds. I don't think anybody wants something like that. If you're trying to get a message out to the public in a small little blip, 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 and that's it. Doesn't make any sense to me. Maybe that's intentional. Maybe that's on purpose. You know? Let's check it out here. Julie Fell, listening in from the UK. Thank you for what you do. Thanks. Thank you for the super chat. Steph W. If Brian went to the reserve Monday, what evidence did the police have to warrant the huge search? I thought it was traffic cameras. No, I thought, so we don't know. We don't know. It's just speculation. We don't know why. You know what I'm saying? I believe that it has to be more than just the parents said he was going to the park, and so that's it. They're going to go on this massive search that they're still searching now. They scaled it back. There has to be more. And I heard that there is trail cameras, so maybe they saw something on the trail camera. Maybe they picked up some sort of device out there. Maybe they're looking for some evidence. They seem very, very focused on the Carlton Reserve and the connecting areas. Jin from B&B Payment, not from B&B. Okay. Payment, not for. Plus, Cassie said Brian stopped to see the girls, maybe before leaving. The Dre Effect, the chat is flooded. The chat is flooded. Now flood the video with likes. Thank you, the Dre Effect. That's true. Please, man, if you guys would hit like, it helps out so much for the rebroadcast and for the stream, and it makes a big difference. Let me see if there's anything else. And by the way, I just want to say thank you to the mods. The mods, please, if you're watching, like My Melody, if you could, I don't know if you've emailed me, but if you could email me, I'd love to get you on Discord. I don't know if I have you on there already. Do I have you on there? Yeah. Oh, you are in there. My bad. I'm tripping. You're in there, Melody. Thank you. I spoke with, I forgot the other person I messaged in the beginning of the stream, but if you're a mod, please come over to Discord so we can get some rules and things regulated. There's one area for the mods in there specifically so you guys can chat. There's going to be guidelines, get everything organized. And I'm not looking to add a bunch of mods because it becomes problematic. You don't know who's who. I don't want to just add a bunch of random people because sometimes people don't have the best intentions and they're going to start blocking people that don't need to be blocked. Also, it's really hard to interpret sometimes if somebody being genuine on just the internet. It's like arguing with somebody or having a serious conversation over text when you can just talk on the phone. So it's really hard to interpret things sometimes. Honey Wolf, can you email me? Just put your in the subject line, Honey Wolf mod or something. If you can email me and I'll send you the link. The link is here in the chat though. You could join through there. And members, when you join Discord, please, if you could use your YouTube email, that helps me out a lot because it integrates it. And so you will be automatically detected when you join in Discord. If you join in Discord, I might not know you're a member and I'm going to have to manually find you and look it up. So, but yeah, so I appreciate you guys. Let me do a quick little sweep. If not, we're out of here. See if there's anything else. And thank you for everybody that called in. Timeline changes. I mean, we could check out the beginning of this real quick and we'll head out. Yeah, I think we should head out soon because we can watch Dr. Phil.
How's it going, guys? Can you guys see me okay? Awesome.
And I'm glad like the flight thing is confirmed. I mean, we've been talking about it. This is something, I mean, if you haven't been, you've just been kind of casually watching the story, then you might have not heard about this. But if you've been watching it like almost every detail, we've known about this flight thing. We've been talking about it forever, right?
Amazon employee
Says here, according to Fox, Brian Laundrie stole Gabby Petito's credit card and used it to travel home, where he returned in the beginning of September and then ran from police. Petito family spokesperson said during the interview on Tuesday. And so they're talking about the Dr. Phil thing. That's why I want to watch that Dr. Phil episode. He like confirmed that it was her thing. But then at the same time, is there going to be an issue of, well, they were sharing expenses and, I don't know if but this was after the fact, I believe, of her death. So I don't know, bro.
Yeah, someone just said their mind's blown. Yeah, this timeline is so hard to keep track of based on, information we got from the sister yesterday, and now this big development from Mr. Bertolino, the Laundrie attorney. And I guess I'm going to start being a little more clear now, because I've always just called him the Laundrie family attorney, but now we know for sure he is not representing Cassie, the sister. He is just representing the Laundrie parents and Brian Laundrie. So when I say Laundrie attorney, I mean he is the attorney for Mr. and Mrs. Laundrie and Brian Laundrie, not Cassie, which she made very clear yesterday when she said that he basically threw her under the bus. So let me give you guys the update here. So Mr. Bertolino has now told us that the date that Brian went missing from this house and allegedly went hiking is not Tuesday, September 14th, which is what we've been told for weeks now. It is actually, according to him, Monday, September 13th. So he is now saying that the parents say that Brian went missing on Monday, September 13th, not Tuesday, September 14th. So this really, this is a huge change in the timeline. He went missing one day prior than what they've been saying all along, and they're just releasing this information today. And I'll read you his exact statement. This is from Mr. Bertolino, and I tweeted this a little while ago. The Laundries were basing the...
I'm not going to play this whole thing because we've already covered all this. I'm actually going to stop right there because we kind of... I'll play this little part here, but we've already covered all this. But it is pretty significant. I feel like the information that's coming out now, it's not as much, but it is significant,
Date Brian left on their recollection of certain events. Upon further communication with the FBI and confirmation of the Mustang being at the Laundrie residence on Wednesday, September 15th, we now believe the day Brian left to hike in the preserve was Monday, September 13th. So I'm going to read you this part again. Upon further communication with the FBI and confirmation of the Mustang being at the Laundrie residence on Wednesday, September 15th. So this is something that has totally puzzled me for weeks. This has been like one of the big mysteries for me, and I tweeted it out, and a lot of people reacted to it way back when, and I just retweeted it. It never made sense to me why the lawyer was saying they went to pick the Mustang up on that Thursday, but we with our own eyes saw the Mustang on Wednesday in the driveway. Like it made no sense. We saw it. We had it on camera on Wednesday. Why were they saying they didn't go pick it up until Thursday? from the reserve. And I know this is all really confusing. Hopefully it's making sense. But go back and look at my tweet thread because I retweeted it from that, that week. I tweeted out all the videos and said, like, look, this does not add up. And now they're sort of acknowledging that finally. So anyway, bottom line, though, is changes in the timeline. Family now says that Brian Laundrie went missing on Monday. I want to get the date right because I messed it up in my tweet earlier. Yes. Monday, September 13th, they're saying is when he went missing, not Tuesday, September 14th. So
that was kind of the big thing today, that date, and also, I guess the lawyer confirming the traveling, which, and then also Dr. Phil. So, but yeah, and for Discord, it's basically their YouTube thing is the account they use on YouTube to log in. Like, I don't know, maybe it's your Gmail account. It's some sort of Gmail account that you're logged into YouTube. If you're a member, it's easier. Just automatically, it lets me know automatically that you're a member. But yeah, you can join up there if you want to hang out and chill there. Just as long as it's not drama. If it's drama, if it's problems, I just kick out and move on because it's a place where everybody chills. People talk about different parts or stuff of information. It's kind of a cool, chill place. So, but yeah, man, thank you everybody for joining. I appreciate it. Unfortunately, there's not too much today. Not too much, but we still came here. We made it, checked in. I put the link in. I think a couple people have put Discord link in there. So, all right, man. Thank you guys so much. Be safe. Take care of yourselves. And yeah, peace.